Hello, everybody. I am so excited that you are here today to dive in with me into this very fun and juicy topic of who is obsessed with you and why. So, yeah, I actually did want to take a moment too, just to express my appreciation for the people who keep pulling up every single time that I post. You have no idea what that means to me. And I realize that I haven't been able to be posting lately as frequently as I want to. And I am working out ways to, work my schedule and also work how I film in order to be able to post with more regularity. That's something that's really important to me. And actually, just side note, one of the things I'm going to be doing is because when I'm traveling, it's very difficult to have just like one place that I can leave set up. One of the real barriers to filming is like doing the set decor on where I'm filming, because then I have to tear it down every time and then like make sure it looks exactly the same when I'm going to film again. So yeah, I'm going to experiment with just not like, I'll do like pretty stuff for the choices. And obviously I love beautiful decks, but just not doing like the stones and things for set decor, because I'm like, people are actually pulling up for the reading. And even though I like to make it beautiful, I feel like it would be better just to be able to post more and read more. So yeah, if you have strong feelings on that, definitely let me know in the comments, because, ultimately I want to be giving you what you want to see. But that having been said, I know that recently I have not been posting as much as I would like to, and yet there are those of you who really just pull up and watch every single time. You comment, you like, you have subscribed and remained subscribed, and honestly, that really just means the world to me, and I wanted to take a minute and let you know. But truthfully, if this is your first time here, I also appreciate you. So welcome. Yes, so let's get into it. We have 3 piles to choose from today to take a look into this idea of figuring out who is obsessed with you and why. And yeah, I'm going to be reading this from the perspective of a romantic obsession, but definitely it doesn't need to be if you are, if there are other reasons, like, hey, maybe business reasons, maybe somebody's trying to hire you, something like that. Just disregard the romantic part and take what resonates. But yeah, let's take a look at the choices. So the first choice, we have this yellow dahlia. Hold that up. See a little more clearly. Then we have the Wild Unknown Tarot by Kim Krans. And I'm going to show, I figured the star would be a good card to show for each of these choices, because yeah, the star is the most enchanting, mesmerizing creature you've ever seen. And that's who you are to whoever this person is. So yeah, so that is pile 1. Okay, then we have pile 2. We have this lilac. Okay. And then we have the White Sage Tarot. And this is what the star looks like in the White Sage Tarot. Alrighty. And then we have the Spirit Speak Tarot by Mary Evans with this rose. Yeah, and I thought that was an appropriate choice because there are roses drawn on the back of this tarot, and I thought that that was cute. So here is the rose. And then this is what the star looks like in the Spirit Speak Tarot. Alrighty, so I will give you a moment to meditate on the choices, choose which pile you are drawn to. You might be drawn to more than one. That is completely okay, completely normal. Yeah, and I was actually going to say something about this too, which is that, this is part of the way that you develop your intuition, is feeling drawn to one and then seeing how it resonates. So, don't expend too much stress over this process. See which one you feel drawn to. listen to it. If it does resonate, awesome. If it doesn't, pick another pile. Like, it's a very low stakes situation. And that's one of the ways that you can practice developing your intuition, which we all have. And even for people who are very gifted, and who have gifts and abilities, they still need to practice. They still need to develop. So yeah, this is one of the ways that you can work on developing yours. So yes, I will now actually be quiet. Surprise, surprise. I will be able to, and I will give you a moment to choose which pile you are drawn to. The timestamps are down below, and I will meet you at your pile. Hello, pile one. If you chose this gorgeous yellow dahlia or the wild unknown tarot, then you have arrived at your reading. So let's take a look and find out who is obsessed with you and why. I want all of the space here to spread out the cards. Okay. Spirit, tell me who is obsessed with pile one and why. Who is obsessed with pile one and why? Okay, pile one. This is very beautiful. So first of all, C might be an important initial where this connection with this person is concerned, because we have cankle. What? Oh no, that's cankle. When people like have swollen ankles, I'm like, oh, that's not a very flattering description. We've got candle. We've got conquer. I got a little excited. I tried to say candle and conquer as one word. And then we have cancer. So yeah, interesting. So we've got candle, conquer, and cancer. So CA may even be two important letters, because candle and cancer both start with that Ca sound. And then we got the sun. The sun is the other card here. So first of all, yeah, I feel like this person is drawn to you because you shine really brightly. I feel like this is, because I was intending to take the oracle cards more as who they are, and then the tarot to be more why are they drawn to you. But I feel like this is just a mix. This is just, we're getting it all kind of mixed in together, which would make sense if this is a pairing of two really emotional people. We've got Cancer here, so maybe you both are water signs, because that can happen a lot of times when two people that are very in touch with their emotion and adept with emotions, when they get together, it can be like just this highly intense, highly bonded, highly intermixed kind of, well, an obsession is, I was saying who is obsessed with you kind of as a fun way of phrasing it, just like a dramatic way of phrasing it. But this might not be far off from the truth in this case, that you've got a little like mutual obsession society going on. Yeah, because I feel like with Conquer here, I feel like we've got two cards that are light sources. We've got the sun and then we've got the candle. So two things that are meant to light the darkness, to conquer the darkness. And then this street taco card, you can see how all of the cards here in this deck are these different colors. And most of them are kind of light or bright, but this is one of the cards that is black in color, the background color. And it's beautiful, it's striking, but it stands in contrast to the very light pastel colors on the other cards. And then the fact that it's almost like a sentence, like the sun and the candle conquer the darkness. And I think that this person is drawn to you because you conquer their darkness. And I think that that is probably a mutual energy. I think that the two of you magnify one another. And I think that that's a double-edged sword. I think that when the two of you are toxic together, you're toxic together. But when the two of you are clicking, like you are driving one another up to just like the highest heights. And I think that right now, either the two of you are in a good, like it's an up and down pattern, and right now you guys are in an up, or this is very close to the beginning of the relationship, so it's all like honeymoon crush vibes going on. But right now I feel like you're in a very good place with this person. You're in a very comforting place with this person. And I think that they get that feeling of safety from you, that feeling of home. This candle card is making me think of the song Candle on the Water from that old movie Pete's Dragon, which is about guiding someone home. And so I think, yeah, that you are their light in the darkness, and I think that they are the light in your darkness. But I don't think that this is a person who is just like a bubbly sort of like lights up any room when they walk in. I think that this is about the two of you. I think that it's about the spark and the chemistry and the light that is generated between the two of you specifically. In fact, I think if you told other people in this person's life, their friends, their family, if you were like, oh, you know, every time I'm around this person, I just feel so happy and so safe. And I think they would be like, huh? What? Because I don't think this person is a light, bright person. But I think that the two of you together generate light for one another. Yeah, and with Night Owl, I think that the two of you probably communicate a fair amount during the night. We've got fun, emotional, spontaneous, and Night Owl. Yeah. I know this is a polar bear on Conquer, but I'm getting the idea of just like a big teddy bear, like a soft place to land, a comforting person to hug when you need it. Yeah, and I do feel like, yeah, we'll get into it more when we pull the tarot, but I feel like a big reason why this person is obsessed with you, and I think vice versa, is you really need each other. Like, I think that maybe you are each in a place in life where you don't have that many people to confide in, even if you're surrounded by people. Even people that you can, you know, quote unquote, talk to or hang out with, have a good time with. Like, I feel like the list of people that you could truly show your real self to and be assured of acceptance, that's a short list, I think. Yeah, but I think that the two of you are that for each other. This is not like a secret admirer situation, just to be clear. This is a situation where, yeah, maybe all the things that I just said, maybe you haven't said those things to each other so plainly and so flatly. Although I would imagine that you have, because if you're both very emotional and very watery, chances are you have felt the mutuality there very early on, and you've both expressed it to each other. Now, you might not have confessed to each other that there are romantic feelings, because this strikes me as one of those connections where it's like, I need this connection though. Like, I can't take the risk of doing anything that's going to make it even awkward, let alone make it go away. Yeah, I know that a lot of people sort of scoff at the idea of like, oh, this person hasn't made a move because they don't want to mess up the friendship. But this, I think, is one of the clearest examples of where that would be the case, because yeah, this person needs the friendship, and I think that you do too, pile one. Yeah, let's get into tarot. Okay, with Ace of Pentacles, maybe you guys are even intertwined in some kind of like business or money situation as well. That could also be a reason. If they haven't like made a move yet, that could be a reason why. Wow, letters are just inserting themselves where they don't go into my mouth here. So this could also be a situation where this person is a bit tongue-tied around you. Not when it comes to expressing things that are known between the two of you, like how much you mean to each other and how much you treasure and respect each other, which would be things that would normally be hard for people to express. I feel like this person has a lot of facility with expressing that. But anything that would be kind of a risk, like, I like you, like that would, I feel like they would get, not only I think would they have trouble building up to actually trying to make a move, but I feel like every time they even felt tempted or even thought about it, they would get a little tongue-tied and stumble over their words. Oh my God, what? So you make this person, like, I don't know if you've seen that. Wow, I guess it is an old movie. As Good as It Gets with Jack Nicholson. And at one point he says to Helen Hunt, "You make me want to be a better man." You make this person want to be a better person, pile one. You make them see a world where leveling up is possible. And yeah, they do love you. Like, if this is a person where, like I said, if you're watching this for someone for whom romantic energy is just, for a fact it's not in the mix, like say it's a family member or something, like for a fact it's not in the mix, just disregard all the romantic energy coming through. But yeah, if this is a connection where romance is potentially on the table, I feel like they do. I feel like they love you, and I feel like they love themselves when they're in your energy, pile one. And I mean, honestly, you should feel so honored, because I think that loving themselves is not something that has come easily to them historically. Yeah, with this Ace of Pentacles, this also could be a scenario where they are financially enmeshed in some sort of other situation, and they need to get free of that before they can pursue things with you. Like, they need a new financial opportunity before they can pursue things with you. That is highly possible. Sorry, I had to straighten out the table a little bit there. It was bothering me. Neurodivergence. Sorry, there's gonna be times where I do little weird stuff because it bugs me. Yeah, so I'm noticing these roses here on the Two of Cups, which pile 3 has the roses on the back of the deck, and the rose was also the choice object. So if you felt drawn at all to pile 3, you might want to check that out. Obviously, I haven't, well, not obviously, I guess, but I haven't filmed that yet, so I don't know what messages might overlap, but I did notice that. Yeah, so we also see the sun very prominent here on the Emperor card. And we got the sun was the very first card that came out in this reading. But the thing that I'm noticing here is it's almost entirely blacked out, like it's an eclipse, sort of. And so I think that, yeah, you are helping the sun to come out for them. You are helping them to see that a life is possible where they don't have to live in darkness. A lot of the symbolism in this reading has to do with light and darkness. Look on the Father of Wands card here, which is the King of Wands and other decks. We've got this dark, rainy night in the background, but there is lightning coming through. Yeah, so I think that it's been a situation for them where they've been surviving on these little glimpses of light, these little flashes of happiness. They're like, okay, if I can experience a flash of happiness, that means at least happiness is possible. But you, I think, are the one that has shown them that living a life of adventure and excitement and anticipation, it actually is possible. It's possible for that. I mean, no one experiences life as 100% pleasant emotions. That's not why we incarnate here. We incarnate to grow, for our souls to grow. And you can't really do that if everything is always easy. But it absolutely is possible to live a life where excitement and anticipation and a sense of wonder and amazement is the default, rather than something that you only experience as a tiny flash every once in a while. And I think that that is what you have shown this person, pile 1. And I think that that is a big reason why they love you. They do. They love you. You all may not have said the words to each other, or you may have, but they absolutely love you. Yeah, let's dive into letters, numbers, and charms. I actually forgot to pull out the tray for it. I like doing it on the tray because you can see it more clearly. But it's actually especially symbolic, I recognized as I took it out, because it's got this black, it's providing like a background, just like the black background on this street taco Cancer card, which I just recognized the purpose of it is to make things stand out more clearly. So yeah, the fact that this person has existed in darkness for a while now makes the love and excitement and light that they experience with you stand out all the more clearly. And that's so beautiful. Come on now. All right, so we're going to start out with some letters. So if this resonates with you, pile 1, I would love it if you would leave a comment below letting me know how, if you feel comfortable with that. I would love it if you would if you would subscribe, if you'd like to see more content like this. Also, if you would like a personal reading, you can go to bluebirdandbtarot.com and it'll give you all of the details and instructions and what have you. Would love to work with you personally. Okay. Ooh, that's a lot. A lot came out. A lot of letters. Okay, so we've got you. Oh, wow. Somebody's like really revving their engine. It's hot right now. I mean, well, it's summer. It's not entirely surprising, but so I have the windows open. And yeah, so you can probably have picked up some things on the mic that I was in the zone, so I was pretty unaware of. Sorry about that if that is the case. Okay, why did we get Q, U, and N? Which, of course, we don't have the double E's, but it makes me think of Queen. Yeah, and we got the Father of Wands here, which is the King of Wands. And so that would make me think of you as the Queen of Wands, who is the sexiest card in the deck, the most magical, or the sexiest queen in the deck, at any rate. The most magical queen in the deck, the best manifester of all the queens in the deck. Yeah, you are a light. And it's the fire suit as well. Wands is the fire suit. So yeah, that goes back to being that candle as well. So we got double J's. Anytime two letters come out the same, that makes me think of matched pair energy. And then we got king and queen, a reference to a king, reference to a queen. Again, matched pair energy. We actually, just the fact that we got the QU as well, because in English at any rate, every time you have a Q, you need a U. Like Q can't exist just on its own. Oh, and we actually got two Qs. I didn't even notice that. More matched pair energy. So the Q and the U is also matched pair energy. And this really just validates so many things that, that I felt from the very beginning of this reading, which, is like, this is not about who either one of you are as an individual. This is about the energy that the two of you generate when you are together. And that energy is magic. That energy is 1 in a million. In fact, I would be shocked if either one of you had ever experienced anything quite like this before, quite this intense before. Okay, and we got 2 3s. Yep, 2 3s. More matched pair energy. So we've got 3, 3, 0, and 4. So then we could also have 34. So there's 33, obviously. Then we can have 30, 40, 43, 34. Alrighty, let's get some astrological signs. Why did that phrase escape my brain? Okay, so we've got Pisces. Okay, yeah, why is it going to start out with water signs? Like, so unsurprising. Like, how many times have I said water or watery energy here? Okay, but then interestingly, we also have Taurus and Virgo, which, yeah, I had interpreted this as being 2 mutual water signs, but in fact, water and earth go really, really well together. Like, water and earth make like classic soulmate pairings. A Capricorn, which is also earth, and another Virgo, which is again matched pair energy. But yeah, we got 1 water sign and 4 earth signs. So yeah, water and earth, man, that is classic. Classic. Alrighty. Oh yeah, with this anchor, absolutely. I feel like the two of you make each other feel safe and at home. Okay, I will say that this Leaning Tower of Pisa definitely could be travel vibes, European vibes, something to do with Italy, but it is also giving me mega phallic symbol. So yeah, with all this wands energy, let's just say like this is also wands energy. Oh, and you know what's interesting as well with this musical note and then with this chameleon, like they have a similar shape. And in fact, they almost look like they would fit together like puzzle pieces. So yeah, I feel like this is the energy of the two of you kind of change colors around each other to meld into each other's energy and kind of create one energy together. But again, it is also an indication of that matched pair. And then also there could be a musical connection here as well. With this sewing machine, I mean, yeah, your hearts are knitted together. Absolutely knitted together. Okay, and then we have this cat card here, which I feel like is part of this adventurous lifestyle that the two of you envision as being possible when you are together, because I think it gives you the feeling that you will always land on your feet. As long as you are with the other person, you will always land on your feet. Okay, so then we have this heart with the word sister in it. So possibly you met through a sister or a sibling of one of you, or yeah, maybe like through some sort of organization that has that in the name, like Big Brothers, Big Sisters, something like that. Okay, with this owl card, I feel like, yeah, you trust this person because you feel like they are wise. And I feel like it's mutual. I think maybe you guys have, like, they trust you because you're wise emotionally and you trust them because they are wise practically, or it could be reversed or something like that. But I think that you really respect one another's areas of strength and wisdom. Yeah, with this dog here, that's interesting that we got a dog and a cat, because those are classic opposites. And yet they can, if you have seen a dog and a cat, when they do bond, they bond very closely. So there could be something about the two of you that on paper would look very opposite, but in practice actually makes you bond more closely. Okay, so this hanger makes me think that one or both of you may be really into personal aesthetics and wardrobe. Yeah, and even if it's not like, oh, I always need to look so great, it could even be something like one of you might have a textile allergy and really needs to dress a certain way, or, you know, different things like that. Okay, and then we have this star that, does it have words in it? Let me see. Just for you. It says just for you, which is so cool because, like I said, this whole reading has been about how it's not about you and it's not about them. It's about the energy that is generated when the two of you are together. Okay, so with this leaf card, fall could be the time that you met, or fall might be a real turning point or an up-leveling point in your relationship. Then we have this music symbol here, which just kind of validates that there could be a musical connection. And again, that's kind of matched pair energy. And then we have the Eiffel Tower, which is yet another European symbol that is also a phallic symbol. So yeah, Europe could definitely have something to do with this. You might be in or from Europe. They might be in or from Europe. You guys might be planning to travel there together at some point, or you may have in the past. That kind of thing. All right, but that is what I have for you, Pile 1. And again, I really appreciate you being here so much. I really am going to be making so much more of an effort to post on a regular basis. I'm really trying to figure out what are the barriers to me filming more often and break down those barriers so I can film more often. And yeah, and so if this resonated with you, I would love it if you would like, subscribe, comment, And if you would like a personal reading, you can find that information below in the description or go to bluebirdandbeetarot.com. So thank you so much, Pile 1, and I am going to end this reading by letting you know that you are loved, you are worthy, and you are enough. Okay, bye. Hello, Pile 2. So if you chose the White Sage Tarot or this Lilac, you have arrived at your reading. So yes, let's dive in and see who is this person that is obsessed with you and why. Spirit, tap me in to the energy of Pile 2's person so that we can find out who is obsessed with Pile 2 and why. Okay, Pile 2, this is interesting. So first of all, with this banana card, we got vulnerable, timid, sympathetic, and emotionally sensitive. So I will say Pile 1, there was some energy. This is a really different energy, but there was some energy there of a lot of emotion and very like sensitive emotions. So or like an abundance of emotions. So yeah, if you were drawn at all to Pile 1, you might want to take a look at that pile as well. So I will say that I think that this person, I think that you feel really good about this person, but it's difficult to truly know them. I think that they are very stoic, like granite. I think that they don't give you a lot of feedback. They aren't very revealing of their inner self. Maybe not even of their history. I feel like they play it pretty close to the vest when it comes to their own personal details and especially their emotional details. I think that they just are not very forthcoming with you. But I think that it's interesting because I think that you sense the potential here, though. I think like this is a diamond in the rough situation, or a diamond that is still coal, still needs to be pressed into a diamond. I'm drawn to notice all of the facets on the diamond that are pictured here on the card. I think that you recognize that you're seeing it maybe just from the top, and you recognize that there are a lot of facets that you're not being let in on here. And I think you want to know. I think that like they are obsessed with you, and we'll get into more of like the why they are obsessed with you. We'll kind of focus on the who is this person right now. In the tarot, we'll get into why they're obsessed with you. But I think that you sense about this person that there's so much unrevealed. They're like, it's only the tip of this mountain that you can see. It's more like the tip of the iceberg. But yeah, it's like you're imagining that if you were to be allowed to climb this mountain of who they are, if you could truly learn all of them and who they are, that like if you climbed to the top, there would be this spectacular, unparalleled, unmatched view. But right now, that's only in your imagination because this person has not even really let you embark on the trail that would lead you to the top of that mountain. They are closed off. Yeah, so there could be very good reasons in their past, though. Why? Yeah, like with the banana, there could be a real reason why they are not wanting to just like peel away the layers in front of you, that they have had past experiences that have taught them that they need to have this tougher skin in order to protect themselves. But again, this peace card, it's about the energy that you feel when you're in their presence. And I think it also might be like micro expressions that you see them give, like the look in their eyes, or just like a flash of an expression before they can make their face neutral again, that shows you that they are really compassionate toward other people. And I also think that this is a person that you might have seen take actions that were really sort of genuine and soft and compassionate toward others. Like you may have seen them give money to someone in need, or help people, but then not make a big deal of it. So they weren't doing it, as like to show the world, like, look what a good person I am. In fact, they may have made efforts to do it when no one would notice, for the exact purpose that they're not trying to like shine this big spotlight on themselves and just show what an amazing person they are. In fact, they are attempting to keep it hidden beneath this tough peel that they like to keep wrapped around themselves. I will say that there could be something here to do with money, like maybe the two of you are connected over something to do with money, or because with this diamond, that's diamonds are treasure, diamonds are, currency in many cases. And then, I don't know if you have ever seen Arrested Development, but when I saw this banana, I heard, several of the characters say the line at different times, like in different contexts, but there's a phrase that's from that show that says there's always money in the banana stand. So yeah, money might have something to do with this. Yeah. Yeah, so this is a person that I think you are intrigued with them. They are obsessed with you. I think you would be shocked, number one, to find out that they are obsessed with you, because I think this is pretty funny. I think your conception is that they are pretty indifferent toward you. And in fact, you may have been like throwing out these little breadcrumbs, like trying to intrigue them, trying to get them to want to know more, trying to get some sort of like conversation started. And they may have pretty much reacted, very like mildly, or almost as if they're blasé about it. And, they're so afraid. Yeah, because they really view you as a treasure, and they don't want to say the wrong thing, do the wrong thing. Yeah, they may have also had experiences in the past where like one misstep and then this person is like screaming at them or saying like they never want to see them again or something like that. And that may not be something they're thinking on a conscious level with you, but life may just have trained them that like the less said, the better. So they may just be employing that tactic with you because it's just their go-to now. But I think when they feel comfortable enough, they will have a lot to say. Yeah, okay, let's get into tarot. So why are they obsessed with pile 2, Spirit? Why are they obsessed with pile 2? That's interesting. Yeah, because with the 7 of Pentacles being an energy of working hard, working consistently, working for a long while before seeing the reward for that hard work, I mean, that fits in very well with the metaphor of mountain, that you have to like climb and hike up that mountain at a consistent pace for a while before you are able to take in that vista. And so I think that that is one of the things that really draws them to you, is either that they've seen you have that kind of work ethic, or just that you have put in the patience and the time. This would show that they do have some awareness. There is an awareness on their part that they have not given you the feedback or the reciprocity that you deserve, pile 2. You really do deserve it. And yeah, I actually just felt my gut twist. This would indicate that this person is aware that you deserve that. But yeah. Oh, I don't know if you heard Pepper choking. But yeah, sometimes when Pepper does stuff, I take it as like it's an indication of what's going on in the reading. So that would tell me that like every time they try to speak their truth to you, they just kind of choke on the words. That's too many, Spirit. Okay. Yeah, that Ten of Swords is not surprising because, I mean, there have definitely been hints in the energy so far that they are recovering from some, yeah, if not traumatic past experiences, although I would think that it likely is traumatic, at least on a certain level, but at least some experiences where things really went sideways and things went sideways and it didn't end up going well for them. And there was some kind of price to pay, even if it was just like this emotional chaos and getting yelled at kind of a thing. But yeah, with that Seven of Pentacles preceding it, I feel like they are coming around to the idea that you are not like that. Okay, and with the Four of Wands coming out as the central card in this reading. Wow, this is very beautiful because, yeah, so you are a person that they see a future with, pile 2. You are someone that they could see themselves doing life with. Wow, you would have no idea. You would have no idea that this is what they think. They keep it so under wraps. It's also interesting to me that the first 3 cards that have come out here, like a lot of these cards are animals and no animals have come out yet. And yeah, that makes me think that maybe they are a very, very concrete thinker. They don't think in terms of like living, breathing, carbon-based, life forms type of thing. They think in terms of logic. Yeah, symbols, objects. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, and then just after I talk about that, the next card that comes out is an animal, and it's Strength. And yeah, it's a bear. So I think this person sees their ability to hold back from expressing their true, deep, vulnerable feelings to you as an act of strength. I think they view it as a sacrifice that they are making to keep things intact between the two of you. And yeah, with this Infinity, I think they want you to know that they can depend on you, that you can depend on them, rather. Other way around. I think they kind of, with this Seven of Pentacles, already know they can depend on you. And I think that this is how they feel that they are returning that energy so that you will know that you can also depend on them, is by being like this slab of granite that cannot be moved. And I here's hot take. I think you actually do appreciate that. I think that you wish that they would be more forthcoming with their feelings, but I think the fact that they are such a really solid, more than just dependable, because dependable makes it sound like it's boring or predictable, but like just a solid anchor for you. I think you do. I do think you appreciate that. I think that's part of what makes you value them so much. Yeah, so 2 came out together. Okay, so I do think, again, yeah, I did get earlier that there could definitely be some awareness on their part that they are not giving you the reciprocity you deserve. So I do think that they have fears that if they stay closed off for too long, that you will walk away. And like, here's the thing, pile 2, those fears might be justified. You know, if you go long enough in a, like, quote unquote connection, I don't even know if you could call this a connection yet. But if you go long enough not getting what you need, you are perfectly justified in walking away and finding someone who's ready to give you what you need. So that could be a perfectly valid fear. But what it does tell me is that they do understand. Yeah, and I feel such softness toward you, such tenderness, pile 2. I think that they are going to figure out a way to be more vulnerable with you as they continue to learn that you are a safe person. I do. I think so. Because I feel, just like I said, I just feel like such tenderness and sweetness toward you from this person. I think they would do pretty much anything for you, honestly. Alrighty, so let's get some letters, numbers, and charms. So if this has resonated, pile 2, I would love it if you would comment below if that's something you feel comfortable doing and let me know how. I would love it if you would hit the like button. If this is content you'd like to see more of, I would love it if you would subscribe. That really helps the channel and helps it grow. If you would like to get a personal reading, you can go to Bluebird and Bee Tarot, and all the instructions are there. You can also find that in the description. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. Let's dive into some letters, numbers, and charms. Okay, why did we just get the word love spelled out? Only 4 letters and it's the word love. Holy cow, pile 2. Come on. Yeah, because that's the thing you don't know. That's the one thing that you don't know, is that they love you. I think you know that you can depend on them. I think you know that they're a great person. I think there's so many things about who they are and what they feel for you that you know, but this is the thing you don't know. And it's that they love you. And yeah, with this 4 of Wands coming out centrally, that they are envisioning a future with you, pile 2. Did I say pile 1 a minute ago? I can hear it in my mind. Oh, ADHD, you're so fun. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I mean, so L, O, V, or E could also be important initials, but yeah, let's just leave it there, because that's what it was meant to be. Oh my God. Okay, so then we have 8502. So that could be life path numbers, birth month, birthday. Could be engram numbers. Also, you can, like, it could be birth year, like that could be 85, 02. Righty, let's get some zodiac signs. Alrighty. Pisces. Oh, that came out in pile 1 as well. So that's the second connection to pile 1. Then we've got Sagittarius, Capricorn, Taurus, and Aquarius. Oh, that's interesting. Aquarius is the star, and that's the card that I showed for all of the decks. Okay, so this is beautiful. Yes, intertwined hearts. Hello, thank you very much. That is 100% the Lover's card from the Major Arcana. Okay, so then we have Justice. So, yeah, I do think that the idea of reciprocity came up a couple times in this reading. I even used that word. And so I think that this person is trying to figure out how to give you the reciprocity that you very much deserve. Yeah, and with this, like, announcer guy, I forget what the name of that is in the medieval court, but yeah, with this, like, idea of an announcement, making an announcement, I do feel like that is using their voice, communicating with you more effectively. Yeah, with this owl charm, I do feel like you look at this person as like a wise giver of advice, and that they like have this capacity to guide you through areas of life. Yeah, maybe career advice with the 7 of Pentacles here, working very hard through areas of life that you are not as experienced in or as adept with. Yeah, so with this little ruler charm, the thing that just occurred to me when it hit the board, the phrase that echoed through my head is the measure of a man. That's a phrase, the measure of a man. And I feel like this person, you have such a high opinion of this person right now that they don't want to mess that up, basically. Like, yeah, I think they're just like, let's just sort of say as little as possible and keep that opinion intact. But yeah, with this butterfly charm, I do feel like that is a very strong sign that this relationship is going to evolve. It is, the energies are very much leaning toward supporting this going forward. Again, we got the 4 of Wands centrally here. And yeah, it might be in caterpillar state right now, but butterfly is on the horizon, baby. Alrighty, so that is what I have for you, pile 2. I hope that it resonated. Again, if it did, I would love it if you would, let me know in the comments, hit the like button, hit subscribe. And yeah, if you would like a personal reading, you can go to bluebirdandbtarot.com, or the information is in the description. Alrighty, so that is what I have for you. I hope that it resonated and brought you some clarity, some insight, some food for thought. And I'm going to wrap up by letting you know that you are loved, you are worthy, and you are enough. Okay, thanks, pile 2. Bye. Hello, pile 3. So if you chose the Rose or the Spirit Speak Tarot, you have arrived at your reading. So yes, let's find out who is obsessed with you and why. Spirit, tap me into the energy of pile 3, please. Tap me into the energy of who is obsessed with pile 3. Who is obsessed with pile 3? Oh, this is interesting because there were some things in pile 1 that made a connection between pile 1 and pile 3. And then the first card to come out in pile 1 was the sun. So with the moon here, this could be a very connected pile. Okay, pile 3. So this is really interesting. So first of all, with Be Alert and Butter Cookie coming out next to each other, B could be an important initial here. But I'm also noticing that Unicorn came out right next to, I don't even know what this animal is with the 2 straight horns like that. I am showing my lack of knowledge of the animal kingdom right now. But yeah, so definitely horns would have something to do with this. So I would associate that, first of all, with the devil. So there could be like a very strong sexual chemistry here. And especially since this butter cookie says best kisser ever. So yeah, this could be the sexual chemistry pile. And yeah, that I'm feeling very tingly up and down my arms as I'm talking about that. But also I am getting the idea of like someone getting impaled on these horns as well. So yeah, this could be a situation where it's like we're very drawn to each other, but there is also danger. Like the same things that are drawing you together also are dangerous. Which is like classic situation. The very things that attract you to someone are also the things that sort of repel you or that you shouldn't be attracted to. Yeah, so this card also says traditional, original, sweet, satisfying, and then best kisser ever. It's got an exclamation mark actually even as well. Also with this moon card coming out next to unicorn, that gives me the idea of like things being very magical. Like, yeah, magic always happens under the moonlight. Unicorns are magical creatures. They have like a glowing, sparkling aura around them that's only truly visible in the moonlight. So, yeah, you guys might both be night owls. You might communicate quite a bit at night. But I also think that it just has to do with sort of the sparkly, magical aura that hangs around this person that is just so mesmerizing to you. So this is likely, I would say out of all 3 of the piles, this is the likeliest pile for you actually started watching this pile not to just see who is obsessed with you, but you have a person in mind that you want to be obsessed with you, and you're watching this pile to see if it's them. I would say that doesn't have to describe your scenario, but I would say this would be the likeliest pile for that scenario. Yeah, I'm also noticing like some similarities in the shape and color of the moon with the butter cookie here. So, yeah, and I just heard that from the song That's Amore, which with that lyric that says, when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie. So yeah, there could definitely be, yeah, like maybe you guys have a tradition of like going out after concerts or after clubbing or something like that and eating late at night together. Like some late night grubbing. That might be sort of an iconic part of your like traditions or yeah, the things that tie you together, your rituals. Yeah, with this Be Alert, I do think that that has to do with the idea that it's like, yes, this is very magical, but don't let the magic put so many stars in your eyes that you don't actually see any red flags that you might need to see, because that could end up going to a bad place. I don't feel at all that this is spirit saying that this is a bad connection or a toxic connection, but yeah, sometimes there's things that you need to have a heads up about. There are things that you need to keep an eye out for. And I feel like that would be this kind of situation. I'm also noticing on this butter cookie card, it says traditional and original, which are two things that you don't always necessarily think of as being contained within one person. But again, with a food metaphor, it's reminding me of a Reese's cup. So this may be a person that has two very distinct sides that you wouldn't necessarily think would go together, but in fact they do. So like two great tastes that taste great together. That could very much be this person. Yeah. Yeah, and with sweet and satisfying, I just feel like, yeah, this is only, I mean, obviously, this is definitely only going to be for some people, or even like a very few people, or maybe even just one person. But this person might have a job that has to do with like sweets or confectionery or something like that, or even just food. And that could be either how you met them, or an important part of how you connect is them making food for you, showing off food that they found, something like that. Yeah, so let's see what the tarot has to say. So Spirit, now I want to look more into why is this person obsessed with pile 3? What is it about pile 3 that has obsessed this person? Oh, yeah, I'm holding it upside down. Okay, Queen of Wands. Ooh, yeah, and look at this, like the phallic energy in the horns. Yeah, so they are incredibly sexually attracted to you, pile 2. Yeah, you are the sexiest person to them. I mean, the Queen of Wands is the sexiest queen in the deck. She's the most magical queen in the deck. She can enchant, much like the moon. She has the power to enchant. And yeah, I feel like that is you in this scenario. Yeah, and we even got two, well, animals. It might be a stretch to call a unicorn an animal, but like a mythical animal. Yeah, interesting. Oh, so now that's 1, 2, 3, 4 phallic symbols that are on the board here. Make that 5. Come on now. Come on now. Yeah, so with the Ace of Swords, that is also the idea of clarity, of a breakthrough, of an epiphany. So that could really be a moment where this person has a realization that you are not just someone who, like, not to put too fine a point on it, makes their wand hard, but you are in fact someone that makes their world sparkle. So this could be a friends with benefits situation, a no strings kind of situation. And I don't know if you heard my dog rattle her collar, but that's often something that I take as validation of what I was just saying. So yeah, this could be like a no strings friends with benefits situation, that they are on the precipice of having a realization that it is in fact so much more than that. Yeah, so with the Magician, I feel like that's already what you want, big time. That you've been envisioning that, even if you haven't been consciously manifesting it or knowingly manifesting it, you've been daydreaming about it, like nonstop. What they'll say when they tell you, how they'll tell you. Yeah, so you have been drawing it into you. And with this 2 of Cups, yeah, look at that. And the Two of Cups actually also came out in, oh my God, you know, the Two of Cups was the card that had roses on it in pile 1 that made me say pile 3 might have messages for you. So yeah, there is a clear connection between this pile and pile 1. That's so interesting. Yeah, so they could be scared. With this Ten of Swords, the thing that I feel like is interesting about this particular Ten of Swords is that most Ten of Swords, yeah, it means a painful ending, a painful end to something, and most Ten of Swords cards depict the swords sticking into someone's back, like a betrayal. But in this particular deck, the swords are sticking into their brain. So it makes me think that they are also running things over and over in their imagination, but they have been conditioned to believe that things are going to work out badly. So for them, gaming this out in their imagination is a painful process. Yeah, is a hurtful process. So yeah, so that could definitely be why they are stuck, because every time they try to start to make a plan to be vulnerable, to let you know their feelings, they just get stuck thinking like, oh, I'm going to face rejection, or we are going to get closer and then we're going to find out that we're totally incompatible, and then it's going to end up in these screaming fights, and then we won't even have what we have now. And yeah, I feel like this person can just, from one conversation, they can cast their mind down the path 5 years into the future and see 1,000 different outcomes, but they're conditioned to only see the bad. Yeah, and it's holding them back. Yeah, this might be a situation, pile 3, where you're going to have to be the one to sort of introduce the topic, like sort of tease it out, or maybe even just sit down and say, I'd like to talk about where we're at with each other. And just, yeah, that would depend. I mean, every person's situation is different. Every person listening to this is going to have a different, like, very individual dynamic. But yeah, if you are an all my cards on the table kind of person, that might be, this might be the situation that calls for that, pile 3. Yeah, and especially if you've just been like dreaming about it so much and you just care for this person so much, like you don't want to stay stuck just waiting and waiting and waiting for them to finally work up to it. But again, follow your intuition. I definitely don't want to like give advice that will lead to a painful situation for you. But so, and I mean, definitely doesn't matter what anybody says, tarot reader or not tarot reader. If you ever get advice within a reading, even a personal reading, that your gut tells you is the wrong decision, always trust your own gut. That's what it's there for. But yeah, there's some super powerful energy here. Yeah, and the central card being the Magician tells me that this is on the way to being manifested. Yeah, let's grab some letters, numbers, and charms. Okay, so if this resonated with you, pile 3, I would love it if you would let me know how in the comments, if that's something you feel comfortable with. If you would hit that like button, that helps the channel out a lot, helps it to spread and grow. And hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see more content like this in the future. Also, if you would like a personal reading, starting out with a W here. If you would like a personal reading, you can go to bluebirdandbtarot.com, and all of the details and instructions are there. You can also look in the description. Alrighty. Okay, so we've got IV. Oh, you are this person's life support. Or I guess like IVs are for delivering medication and sustenance, I guess. So yeah, you are the person who is in a way keeping this person alive, but specifically through healing, providing healing energy and also nourishment. That's very beautiful. Okay, so we've got W. Okay, so we've got W and M, so that makes me think of William, first of all, but also it strikes me that these two letters are, you know, just like flipped upside down opposites of each other, so that could be like, you guys could be sort of yin-yang energy, like two sides of the same coin energy. Okay, goy is like a Jewish word for a non-Jewish person. It's like a slang. Well, it's not, well, it's kind of a slang. But yeah, actually the whole word is spelled, we have the letters for as well. So, yeah, so that could be, again, there could be a cultural difference or just some way in which you guys are like two sides of the same coin. Yeah, we don't have the E, but I do see like we've got MN and then WMN, so men and women, another representation of like two yin-yang energies. So that is pretty fascinating. Alrighty. Let's get some numbers. Okay, we got 4070. So those can be birth month, birth date. That can be engram number, life path number. It can also be like age, address, just any number that kind of is meaningful in some way. You can also combine those like 40, 70, 007, license to kill. But actually that is interesting through the lens of the metaphor of there are things that attract you about this person that could also be quite dangerous. Okay, so let's get some astrological signs. Okay, we've got Virgo, another one that came out in pile 1. We've got Libra, Taurus, and Sagittarius. Okay, so we've got a dog bowl here with a bone, so let's just say one more representation of phallic energy. But also you guys might have a mutual interest in dogs. I think the owl charm has come out in every single reading this time. That is so interesting. Okay, and then here is another representation of a creature who is sort of like, well, first of all, a magical creature, just like a unicorn, but like half woman, half fish. That's a mermaid. And yeah, so just like two halves, two opposites, two sides of the same coin. That's been a really consistent through line or theme during this reading. Okay, so with this key charm, that's really beautiful because that is a charm that I associate with the energy of they believe that you are the only one that is the key to something, like the key to their future or the key to happiness. And then finally with this frog charm, yeah, I do think that this connection will be taking a gigantic leap forward at some point in the future. I definitely think the energies support that. Alrighty, so pile 3, that is what I have for you. I hope that it resonated in a way that brought you some clarity and some insight. And again, if you would like a personal reading, you can go to bluebirdandbtarot.com, or the information is in the description. And I am going to wrap this up by letting you know that you are loved, you are worthy, and you are enough. Okay, bye pile 3. Hello! So we are going to go through the decks that were used in today's reading, if that is something that you are interested in. So we'll start with the tarot. The first is the Wild Unknown Tarot by Kim Krans. And yeah, this is what that looks like. This is the pocket version, the in a tin edition. Okay. And then we have the White Sage Tarot. And again, this is what the back looks like. And this is also the in a tin version. I use a lot of pocket decks because of traveling. The space that I have to work with is not as big as it would be if I had a stationary setup. This is what that looks like. Gorgeous watercolor. Original watercolors. Okay. All right, and then we have the Spirit Speak Tarot by Mary Evans. Also, she's also very well known for the Spirit Speak Apparition Tarot and the Vessel Oracle, which are in the same style. Alrighty, so now the oracle cards that were used. We have the Bohemian Wild Lenormand, which is by Boho and Indy Wild. Okay, we've got Le Menu, which is by Queen Sugar, which is really kind of cool. It's an attributes deck with all of these food associations. Okay, and then we've got the Tea Leaf Oracles. And then we've got the power animal. Oh, yeah. We've got the power animals of the planet, which are another attribute or energy deck, and it's all associated with animals. Alrighty, so those are the decks that were used in today's reading. I am working on getting a page together on the website that links to all of the decks that I use. If you're watching this in real time, it does not exist yet, but it will exist at bluebirdandbtarot/decks, so that will eventually be there. If you are watching this at any time in the future, because of course it was a timeless reading, you can check and see if that is up there. But I am going to wrap up again by letting you know that you are loved, you are worthy, and you are enough. Okay, bye.